All right. Let's start with our social studies. Let's review our social studies. We'll look at some pictures. All right, so let's go to page 55. So we visited Grand Teton National Park. That's the national park that we visited on this week, Grand Teton National Park. So Grand Teton, just like Yellowstone, is in Wyoming. The state is in Wyoming right here. State. So that's where we can find Grand Teton National Park. So Grand Teton National Park is known for the mountains. That is the most popular part of visiting Grand Teton is seeing the mountains, the beautiful mountains. And so there's some mountains there. They're called the Alps of America. That's the nickname of them, the Alps of America. The highest one is over 13,000 feet high. So that's really, really high up. That's the highest that mountain is. And so there's a bunch of animals that live in Grand Teton. We have elk, moose, deer, beavers. There's also one bird that is special to the to Grand Teton, and that is the trumpeter swan. And so that's where the trumpeter swan is. That's where they live in Grand Teton. And so you could see that swan in Grand Teton National Park. Okay. And so there's a lot of mountains, lakes, and rivers. Beautiful park that you could visit, Grand Teton National Park. And like I said, it's mostly known for the beautiful mountains. Okay. So then after that, we left Wyoming and we went to Colorado, right underneath Wyoming on page 56. We went to Colorado. Yeah. You had a question, Asa?
Does the highest mountain have more snow than any mountain?
Maybe not any mountain because Mount Everest is higher than that, but it does have snow on it. Yeah. Probably in Grand Teton. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the Rocky Mountain National Park in Colorado. So we're leaving Wyoming here. We're going to go to Colorado. And so the Rocky Mountains are a long mountain range. It starts in Canada and it extends all the way down to New Mexico, but the park is in Colorado. It's over 3,000 miles long. That's how long the Rocky Mountains are. So it's some of the highest mountains in the U.S., very high, beautiful mountain range. Excuse me. And of course, just like a lot of the other national parks, you can see a lot of animals freely there, like elk and deer, bears, right? And there's also some sheep that live in Rocky Mountains, and they are the bighorn sheep. They live in the mountains, and so they're a type of sheep, but what makes them different from other sheep, they don't grow wool. So they're a short-haired sheep. They have like these elastic pads on their feet that help them to climb the mountains and to be sturdy inside of the mountains as well, where they're not like falling down, falling out of the mountain. And so the bighorn sheep, that's where they are from, and that's where they live, in the Rocky Mountains. Okay. So that's our two parks we visited. Grand Teton, known for the beautiful mountains. The trumpeter swan lives there. It's in Wyoming, some of the highest mountains. I'm sorry, wrong part. Then we went to Rocky Mountain National Park in Colorado. The Rocky Mountains start in Canada. It ends in New Mexico. It's over 3,000 miles long. And some of the highest mountains, the bighorn sheep is from there. So I'll go ahead and show you some photos of Grand Teton and the Rocky Mountains. So this is the sign to Grand Teton National Park. It's kind of small, but this is because of this. This is the sign to Grand Teton National Park. And so when you arrive at the park, this is the sign. So these are the mountains. So you can see here, very beautiful. Yes. Really high up. Okay, this is an example of like a lake and that's the beautiful mountain. So a lot of pictures you'll see of Grand Teton, it will always have the mountains because that's what it's known for, those mountains. Another picture of like another stream, and we can see those mountains in the background, of course.
That's so beautiful. They're everywhere.
Mountains again. Okay, and so I'll show you the Rocky Mountains.
And the mountains everywhere. She's showing us. That's the beautifulest one ever. That's one of those. Rocky Mountains.
All right, here is the sign to Rocky Mountain National Park when you arrive at the Rocky Mountains. Okay, here is a picture of the beautiful Rocky Mountains. Very beautiful mountain range, as you can see. Really high mountains, really beautiful. There's another picture of like a lake in the Rocky Mountains. And the beautiful.
There.
Do you think I have his phone number to call him and ask him? That's not important. Okay, here's another picture of the mountains here. Very beautiful. You can see the sun is setting on, and that's why it looks like that up here. Okay, that's something else. Okay, so those are the two parks, Rocky Mountain National Park and Grand Teton National Park. All right, let's go ahead and look at our science for this week, which is on turtles, page 71. Kaylin, what page? Okay, so turtles. So we discussed turtles and how turtles live in ponds.
Or they can live in their shell. Really? They have things in their shell? No. They have a shell in the back. They have things in the turtle shell. We want to turtle. Ooh, the clothes, boy. Look his claws. His things. Look his legs. It's scratching. His legs. You see it? He's sticking his leg on his toenails all the way in his leg. Actually, colors for number 3. Toenails. That's the colors all the way up.
Yeah. Okay, so turtles. Turtles live in ponds, and so we just talked about how God designed the turtle. So first thing we said was that a turtle, his shell is not only his home, but his shell is also his protection as well. Turtles move very slow, and they are unable to run away. You know, if a predator comes to, or danger comes near them, they're unable to run away. So therefore, turtles, stop doing that, please. Stop doing that. You're ripping the page. You don't, excuse me, Asa. So turtles, they aren't able to run away quickly. So therefore they'll just hide in their shell. They have the ability to hide their bodies inside of their shell. They are able to sense danger because they'll feel the ground pounding through their shell. They'll feel the ground, and so they are able to hide when they hear or feel, sense that someone is nearby. And so their shell is their home as well. That's where they live, inside of their shell. Their bodies are connected to their shell. That's where they live. You can't take them out of the shell. Okay? And so a turtle also does not have any teeth. They have sharp jaws. Now, just because they don't have teeth does not mean if they bite, it won't hurt. Yeah, they'll snap and it'll still be pretty hard. But they have sharp jaws, and that's how they usually bite on things with their sharp jaws. Okay, so let's turn to page 72. So after that, we discussed how the mother turtle, we know that turtles hatch. She'll often lay her eggs and she'll leave the babies. She'll leave them behind, but God gave the babies instincts. They usually know what to do as soon as they hatch, whether they live in the water or they live on land. They know what they need to do in order to survive. And so there's two different types of turtles. You have land turtles that live strictly on the land. Those turtles will usually have claws so that they can dig and, tear food. And then you have water turtles that live in the water, and they have webbed feet or they have flippers that help them to swim and, swim away if danger comes. And that's how they survive in the water. Okay, so let's look at page 73 and let's answer our questions. So number 1, it says a turtle is very slow or fast. Which one would it be?
Slow.
Slow.
His hair protected. No. What? Hair protected.
Okay, number 2, his hair or his shell protects him. Of course, his shell is going to protect him. Nothing else. His shell.
He doesn't have hair. He's an animal. Exactly. What is a turtle? What if I saw at the zoo a turtle with hair?
Number 3, baby turtles hatch from eggs or are born. Which one?
Hatch from eggs.
They hatch from eggs.
Everybody has to hatch from eggs. What? Or webbit.
Okay. Number 1, guys, is multiplication. Okay.
What? Yes, fine.
Number 4, a water turtle has blunt claws or webbed feet or flippers.
Webbed feet or flippers.
Webbed feet or flippers.
You remember? Sometimes.
What? For what? I asked for it. I think there's something.
Spell.
No, it's census today. Your workbook page is in census. Okay, good. So that's our questions. We will have some of these on our test on Friday, okay? You can go ahead and put this away. Let's go over our spelling and then we'll be, and then language real quick and then we'll be done. 113, so you have 1 block. 13, you have 110 and 3 blocks. Why are you asking him that?
Yeah, for real. That's not an action. Just asking that to be cool. Okay. What is dogs doing? Whatever they're doing. You talk like dogs. No, I actually work like dogs. Really? Like baby dogs. Let's try. Oh, it's not making. No, he's more than.
Okay. All right. So let's go over our list. List 19. Let's begin. Wash. Wash. Wasp.
Wasp. W-A-S-P. Wasp.
Watch.
Watch. W-A-T-C-H. Watch.
Want.
Won't. W-A-N-T. Won't.
Water.
Water. W-A-T-E-R. Water.
Swamp.
Swamp. S-W-A-M-P. Swamp.
Swan.
Swan. S-W-A-N. Swan.
Car.
Car. C-A-R.
Star.
S-T-A-R. Star.
Park.
P-A-R-K. Park.
Garden.
Garden. G-A-R-D-E-N. Garden.
Farmer.
Farmer. F-A-R-M-E-R. Farmer.
Marble.
Marble. M-A-R-B-L-E. Marble.
Stop saying that. I'm.
I-apostrophe-M. I'm.
And where.
Where. W-H-E-R-E. Where.
All right, let's go ahead and go over your Greek and Latin. So your first Greek word, astron.
Astron. A-S-T-R-O-N. Astron. And it means star.
Dendron.
Dendron. D-A-D-R-O-N. Dendron. And it means tree.
It means tree. Latin word, quator.
Quator. Q-U-A-T-T-U-O-R. Quator. And it means 4.
Quinque.
Quinque. Q-U-I-N-Q-U-E. Quinque. And it means 5.
Septem.
Septem. S-E-P-T-E-M. Septem. It means 7.
All right, good. All right, so guys, remember in language, In language, we have been discussing question sentences. A question sentence will ask something. That's what a question sentence does. It will ask a question. Question sentences will start with a capital letter and they end with a question mark. So I think we're pretty good on that. We should be ready. Just wanted to refresh you guys. This is what our test is on tomorrow in language, okay? All right, so that is it for our Zoom ASA. I told you guys we wouldn't be long. So have a good afternoon. I'll see you tomorrow for Bible, okay? Bye-bye.
Bye.